to St. George this. The people them a shout, real expression now I let your heart pour out. Ooh, oh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the ear. Speak your truth, grenade away your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9 the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM the sound when make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9 the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM the sound when make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. The world. Good morning to you. Sister Annette, good morning. Let us pray.
Good morning, Mr. Donald. Good morning to everyone. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Father, this morning we just bless your name. We just exalt your name because you are worthy of all our praise, all our worship. Even as we come before your throne this morning, as the psalmist declare, thou, O God, who search me and know me. You know my down sitting, my uprising, Lord. You know my thoughts are far off. You are acquainted with all my ways. There's not a word in my tongue that, Lord, thou dost not know. And God, even as we come to you this morning, we just want to remind ourselves that you search us, you know everything about us, even the very thoughts in our mind. Even before we talk to you, Lord, you know our heart's condition. And even as we come this morning, we ask for cleansing, we ask for pardon, we ask him for forgiveness of sin, where we would have failed you and failed each other, Lord. Because you said if we got iniquity in our hearts, you're not going to hear. And truly, God, when we come before a great God, an awesome God, a God who is mighty in power, we need to make right with you, Lord. So this morning, I stand in the gap, ask you to cleanse me from all sin and unrighteousness. Father, Lord, this morning we ask you to look down with pity upon us and mercy upon us. And God, help us to know that your eyes see the beginning and the end from to and fro, Lord. And even when we might be somewhere at this time, God, and we think no one else is seeing us, the deeds we might be doing, whatever we might be seeing, God, help us to be conscious today that you are all-knowing, you're all-wise, and you're present everywhere at every moment. So there's no distance in prayer with you. And God, He just asks us if we come boldly before your throne of grace, we can find help and mercies in times of need. And God, He said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I'll say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my strong deliverer, God. This morning we come to you, whatever situation might be confronting us this morning. We speak the name of Jesus over depression, over anxiety, over worry. Can you tell us, do not worry over and take thought about tomorrow, because tomorrow will take thought of itself. And God, He said, if you worry, we cannot add we cannot do anything in our own strength, but we just have to consider the lilies of the field, the toil and spin, not the birds of the air. Lord, yet you clothe them and you feed them. The flowers of the field, they rise all in the morning and they wither, God, but you look after every single aspect of your creation, and we are your created being, Lord. And God, I know your heart will be turned towards us despite who we are, Lord. Your mercy is always towards us. Your mercies and your favor and your loving kindness, your compassion, they are new every day. Morning by morning, new mercies we see. All we have needed, even as the songwriter said, your hands are provided. Great is your faithfulness to us, Lord. God, we do not deserve your mercy. We do not deserve your loving kindness, because sometimes you know man, what is in man. But because, God, you are loving, you love us unconditionally despite who we are. Your mercy is always towards us, and your ears are always open to the cry of your people this morning. Father God, we pray that you pass by every parish, every home this morning, I speak the name of Jesus over every home. I speak peace to every troubled soul this morning. I pray, oh God, that you would come with healing in your wings and minister to those who might be on a bed of affliction in the hospital, on the operation table, wherever they are this morning. Somebody might be in labor, God. Reach out your hands, Lord, and be their defender, be their protector, be their rock of safety. Where they cry, Lord, your ears would be attended to their prayers, oh God. And may God, you just deliver, you just set free, whatever situation. Those who need comfort this morning, those who need strength to go on, those who need to know that you are not alone. You said you have not leave us alone. You send us the Paracletus, which is the Holy Spirit, is the comforter. And I pray that your Holy Spirit would comfort someone today, bring that strength, that energy. Sometimes, God, we come before your throne and we don't even know what. We cannot even utter a word. But we thank you because the Spirit of God make intercession for us. Jesus, you intercede for us before your Father, before your throne daily, Lord. And we are covered this morning. We apply the blood to our lives, our home, every situation. We come against every stronghold, every situation that has been trying to put pressure on our lives and to make us, tell ourselves we are nothing, God. Help us, Lord, this morning that we be like this gentleman smote upon his breast. He couldn't even look up, but he said, Lord, be merciful to me, a sinner. And that's the cry you want to hear this morning. Lord, help me. The situation is too much for me to handle. And I put it in your hand. I place it in your hand because you asked us to cast all our cares upon you because you care for us. Lord, this morning, I just continue to lift up the authority figures of our land before you. Bring our commissioner of police, bring his entourage, the entire police force to the God. Continue to strengthen them, continue to lead in the affairs of our nation, in the security of our nation. Before our prime minister, who is also responsible for national security and the state of our country, Lord, the affairs of our country, Lord. Put him in your hand this morning, God. We know they are, and all his cabinet members, opposition, everyone who make up this different system, our judiciary system, our private sector, every authority figures, principals, schools, everything, Lord, this morning. I pray for them that, God, you'll help them to lead well. You'll help them to be well, seek wisdom from you, even though they have the secular wisdom, but in your knowledge and your wisdom supersedes all. And I pray, say, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God. And you're willing to give. Give them wisdom, give them a heart to seek you, give them a heart to do right, give them a heart to see the best for our nation, not only for themselves, oh God. Strengthen them when they are weak, when they are perplexed, when they're overwhelmed sometimes. Situation come upon them, they don't even know where to turn, but help them to know that there's a rock. There's someone who is higher than I. As the psalmist said, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter and a strong tower from the enemy. So, Lord, we commit everyone. Commit Mr. Donald today on his program, Lord. Continue to bless Real FM. Continue to cause it to abound and expand and whatever his heart desire this morning for that station, Lord. May you meet him what according to his needs. May you continue to bless his staff. May you continue to provide business for them, Lord. And may God continue to bless him beyond measure, that you know that you are God and there's no one can turn around any situation more than you, God. Touch him physically, Lord. Strengthen him mentally, emotionally, on every side, oh God. This is my prayer for him today in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen and good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Well, you sound like you're doing good.
Yes, I'm okay.
Wonderful. How's Terry?
Sorry, Mr. Dano, after how are you? I think he's he's good, he's good.
Terry, how you sound like if they hire walking in the kitchen, so?
The kitchen side.
All right, both of you have a wonderful day. All right, then, great. It's real, it's 91. Good morning, Grenada. Welcome to Tuesday with a Difference. 20 questions. Yeah, we got 20 questions this morning. Yesterday, but y'all, you're so wicked. Yesterday, I was saying to y'all, let me know who I have this morning. And it was only last night I did in the meditation, I'm like, yo, I know I have somebody. I know I have somebody cut out for 20 questions for today. And it came boom. So it's going to be Jerry Batiste. Yeah, Papa Jerry. That That guy from, is it Cafe? Yeah, Cafe in St. Andrew. So we're gonna learn a bit more about Jerry Batiste this morning, with the understanding that he's one of the You see, we might not want to put him in the top 10 in relation to Calypsonians and Grenada, and that might be to our folly not putting him there in the top 10. I will say to you that in relation to artists in Grenada and the service and all that, Jerry would be in my top 7. In my top 7. So he's inside of that top 10 most definitely, but he's in my top 7 artists in Grenada. Struggling, continues to struggle. But we just hope that one day Papa Jerry makes it. I'm sure that a lot of you will be hooting for Jerry, or usually do hoot for Jerry every year, but he just doesn't seem to make that cut. But I believe that one day he's gonna make the cut. I hope he remembers me. I'm the only one who believes that he's gonna make the cut. Nobody else but him and me. We are the only two, who believe that he can make the cut. So Jerry Batiste is on this morning. Oh yeah, he was supposed to get a second artist, and when we get on, when I start to talk to him, then you'll know why there's no second artist this morning. But we do have somebody for 20 questions this morning. This is Real FM Radio. Stay with us.
Tuning on the spice line, hear the airwaves free. On the radio, see. No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe. Just the raw truth I flow like Mount Kwakwa Tribe. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the ear. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Not making of the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. We'll have the truth select and let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Crater Lake Deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Lyrics are a temple, the DJ is the priest. Every song a sermon, every word released. No censorship, no chains, just the soul laid bare. Grenada's heartbeat pulsing through the FM here. When the storm take the island, the signal still repair. Real FM 91.9, the sound of prayer.
As we continue to mosey along in the morning time, good morning, drumsticks.
Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. I read from the Word of God, Psalm 95. Oh, come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving and make a joyful noise unto him with psalm. For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods. In his hands are the deep places of the earth. The strength of his heels is his also. The sea is his, and he made it, and his hands formed the dry lands. O come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people and the sheep of his pasture. And sorry, and his hands to guide. Sorry, to for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture and the sheep of his hands. Today, if we will hear his voice, harden not your heart, as in the province and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness. This is the end of the scripture reading this morning.
And thank you so very much. How are you this morning, my love?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Wonderful. Take care of yourself. Have a beautiful day.
You have a wonderful day too.
Okay, bye-bye. It's real. It's 91.9. Good morning, Grenada. Yeah, this is Terrific Tuesdays. Should we rename this thing? No, Tuesday with a difference is nice, yeah? Tuesday with a difference. Definitely a difference. It could be terrific too. Yeah, TT. But yeah, really and truly, this morning promises to be a wonderful one. We are going to be standing by, well, we are standing by to join our folks at the Morris Bishop International Airport. Our time slot for them is like 20 after 7 o'clock. So it's now like 18 minutes and 30 seconds after 7. We'll stand by to join our folks at the Morris Bishop International Airport for the latest on the weather. Do stay with us. This is real. This is 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Get ready, Brooklyn. It's time to bring out the elegance, the class, and, of course, the style. Join us for an unforgettable tea party on Sunday, June 29th at 3 p.m. happening at 535 East 19th Street, right between Newkirk and Ditmas. It's more than just tea. It's laughter, fashion, and fabulous company. Dress to impress because there's a special prize for the best hat among the ladies and the sharpest shoe among the gents. And yes, one of those prizes includes a trip to Grenada. Tickets are only $40, and trust me, this is one summer event you won't want to miss.
Yo, tell them.
For more information, call Gracelyn at 917-582-6406, Denise at 347-538-6827, or Sharon at 516-841-3996. It's tea time with a twist, a flair, and a whole lot of fun.
Too often, customers are counted but not valued. Like mere numbers, statistics, transactions. But at Flow, we're prioritizing you, our valued customers who have been with us through every milestone, every moment. That's why we're putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers claim up to $400 in rewards for smartphones, groceries, and more when you add mobile to your current internet plan. Because loyalty isn't a one-way street. At Flow, loyalty flows both ways.
Expert nail technician wanted. Looking for a skilled nail artist who specializes in acrylic, gel nails, stunning nail art, and luxurious pedicures. If you can turn nails into masterpieces, I want you. Creative braider needed. Need a talented braider who can slay cornrows, locks, and braids, and all the latest styles. If your hands can work magic with hair, let's connect. Hit me up or WhatsApp me 403-4421. Let's create something amazing together.
The New National Party NNP New York Support Group presents the best of the best. You have waited long enough for this one, and now it's here. Saturday, June 21st, an all-exquisite affair, an enchanting evening of elegance, 9 p.m. at Carib Hall, 1963 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Music by DJs Jude and Small Clothes. Dress formal for what will be an experience of a lifetime. Delightful dining and dancing. Entertainment galore. Share elegance. Tickets $100. Meet and greet the stalwarts of the New National Party. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Party Chairman and former Prime Minister of Grenada, the new NNP political leader, Honorable Emmeline Peer, and Deputy Political Leader, Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox. You just can't afford to miss this. Contact Aisha Olivier, 917-520-3164, Cathy Albert, 347-262-6818. Wendy Maguire 917-602-1476. PD Francis 917-642-7187. And Sharon Caesar 862-234-0879. It's a 2025 annual NNP presentation to the max, just for you.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tuning on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Oh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9 the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound when make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9 the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound when make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Not making the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Wheel up the truth select and let the people speak. 91.9 no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Crater Lake deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Lyrics are a temple, the DJ is the priest.
FM, 27 after 7 o'clock. Fimber Frank, good morning to you.
Hey, bonjour, good morning. All right, let's jump right into the weather. It's a partly cloudy morning down here at the southernmost end of the state, with some showers passing by to the south. Winds blowing from the east at 16 miles per hour. The pressure above the mean and rising at 1015.6 millibars. Present temperature 27.9. Orange 81%. Maximum temperature here in the last day got up to 30.4. Minimum temperature last night 26.5. Please note, all temperatures at all times are in degrees Celsius. In terms of rain here within the last day, not much, just 0.8. Hence for the month so far, total goes up to 37.3 millimeters of rain down here at the airport. Now let's take a look at the forecast for the day and the night time. The weather expected to be partly cloudy and windy with light morning and nighttime showers. Maximum temperature should get up to near 31. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, but gusting higher at times. Waves should get up to near 8 feet and swells pushing in from the east, hence the seas will be moderate. If you're going out at sea and you have a small craft, please take note, there's a warning out for you. Keep in mind, you could meet with waves up to 8 feet in easterly swells. Tides are high now and should be low this afternoon just about 2 o'clock. Sunset 27 minutes to 7 and sunrise on Wednesday 17 minutes to 6. Just to recap the forecast for the day and the nighttime, the weather expected to be partly cloudy and windy with light morning and nighttime showers. And if you're going out at sea and you have a small craft, please take note, there's a warning out for you. You could meet waves up to 8 feet in easterly swells. That's it from the Met Office. I'm from my Frank.
Thank you, Fimber. Have a wonderful day, my brother.
All right, same to you. Bye-bye.
Okay, great. It's real. It's 91. Chugging along in the morning time. Hey, do you want to join me here? Yeah, one of these days I'll do it. I'll do it. Join me here today. What do you think?
FM, unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free read. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George's, the people them a shout real expression now I let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the ear. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound when make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound when make freedom ring. Shaman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, use them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Not making of the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Reel up the truth select and let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Greater Lake Peak. Real expression loud and the nation long. Lyrics are a temple.
good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. How you doing, folks? Well, it's just me. Yeah. Am I alone? Yeah, I'm alone. I'm alone in the wilderness this morning. Yeah. Weather? Well, we had that already. Thank you very much to Fimber Frank. And what's next? Oh, yeah. Coming up at 7:45. We have another Tuesday with a difference. So what's up? What's popping? There are a couple of things that I have to let you know today, and I must let you know today. It's kind of like very strange. But I need to get these things done before. Mina Booker, good morning to you. How you doing, Mina? Mina is saying she's sending me a message. Let me just double check that message and see. Today is what? Today is World Day for decertification. Okay, I'll do some research on that. Morning again, Mina, and thank you. All right. But I got something there that I must let you know before. Yeah. So we have sitting of the lower house today. That is the House of Representatives. That is something I could never understand. Why them be the lower house and you have to vote them in, but them be the lower house. I ain't understand. But nonetheless, they have a sitting of the House of Representatives today, the lower house. And what else? Oh, yeah, I will come to that just now. But you have the 7th OECS Assembly today. That's taking place in St. Vincent. And it baffles me. It baffles me where, I have to, I'm being made, and this is why I cannot understand politicians. This is why I cannot really and truly understand politicians. I'm being made here to choose to listen to what is happening in our parliament today, or choose to listen to what is happening in our parliament in St. Vincent today. Why do I say our parliament in St. Vincent? Because that's the OECS. Yeah? And for the life of me, I cannot understand why our government will put a sitting of our parliament on the same day as a sitting is taking place in St. Vincent for the OECS. Somebody got this one wrong, totally wrong. And here's what it is. You're going to see a depleted parliament today. Dr. Mitchell, as in Keith Mitchell, yeah, he'll be there. Emmeline Pierre, who is the leader of the opposition, though I'm understanding that she got the information that she had to attend late, but she will be in St. Vincent. Kate is going to accompany, or has accompanied her, because I believe they're there already, has accompanied her to St. Vincent. Who else from Grenada is going to be? That's from the opposition side. MP Kate Lewis and leader of the opposition Emmeline Pierre. They're both there. Andel, Joseph Andel, Minister of Foreign Affairs, he is representing the PM there. So I guess it's only when he out of the country you could represent the PM. So Joseph Andel is there. Ron Redhead, yes, based on a bit of detective work, because I was looking at not the real detective here. I was looking at the program, the Donkey Long program. Yeah, I was looking at that, and he said that he was in St. Vincent. Yeah, Ron. Yeah, he said that he was in St. Vincent when he made that link up. So that be that. but that's not a good thing. I don't think that our government made the right choice. But I guess they want to show up the opposition as not being there. But the reason why you would not see the opposition out in full force, and I believe that the MP for St. Mark, Clarence Modeste, she had some prior engagements, which I believe that she has informed, she should have informed the House of some prior engagements that she has. So it not be possible for her to make it to the Parliament today. But nonetheless, Dr. Mitchell, Keith Mitchell, the old stalwart, he could make that. He could handle the people and him here alone, man. They all try to gang up on him and all kind of thing, but nah, he could handle that. I ain't really bothering about that. So that be that. The other thing I want to I have to tell you about before I join Jerry Batiste at 7:45. That's when I join Jerry Batiste for his 20 questions. It's going to be interesting. Trust me on that. So here's what. What's his name? MP Ron Redhead? Dreadlocks? You make a boo-boo of yourself last night. You should have never done that. As the song goes, you should have never hurt Buju. Trust me. Mr. Redhead, you have just indicated to the entire Grenadian population that nobody should trust the Integrity Commission. Because here's what. You have indicated that you have accessed the files that Jenny Simon submitted to the Integrity Commission. Now, listen to that. That's the Integrity Commission. They're not supposed to share their information with anybody. No. Because remember, all politicians have to declare their assets, including public servants, including members of different boards. Yeah. So that means that they have personal information in there that they don't want people to know. And you have just given us the inclination that people know private information from other people because you, within days of Jenny submitting something, you have been able to access. You said it. And that is disastrous. I don't know. Partner, I know how you won't get away from it. Listen, the best thing I tell you is the person who is handling, you're the public relations officer of the party, right? Yeah? The person who is advising you is an idiot. I don't know who advising you. But that person is a perfect idiot. You better believe that.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa Tribe. From Grand Ends to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the ear. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9 the righteous shares her wisdom, makes them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Nutmeg inna the rhythm, cocoa inna the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Reel up the truth select and let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriaco shores to the Greater Lake Deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Here is our temple. The DJ is the priest. Every song a sermon, every word released. No censorship, no chains, just the soul laid bare. Grenada's heartbeat pulsing through the FM here. When the storm take the island, the signal still repair. Real FM 91.9, the sound of prayer. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada voice rise, rise. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada's voice rise.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Get ready, Brooklyn. It's time to bring out the elegance, the class, and, of course, the style. Join us for an unforgettable tea party on Sunday, June 29th at 3 p.m. happening at 535 East 19th Street, right between Newkirk and Ditmas. It's more than just tea. It's laughter, fashion, and fabulous company. Dress to impress because there's a special prize for the best hat among the ladies and the sharpest shoe among the gents. And yes, one of those prizes includes a trip to Grenada. Tickets are only $40, and trust me, this is one summer event you won't want to miss.
Yo, tell them.
For more information, call Gracelyn at 917-582-6406, Denise at 347-538-6827, or Sharon at 516-841-3996. It's tea time with a twist, a flair, and a whole lot of fun.
Too often, customers are counted but not valued. Like mere numbers, statistics, transactions. But at Flow, we're prioritizing you, our valued customers who have been with us through every milestone, every moment. That's why we're putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers claim up to $400 in rewards for smartphones, groceries, and more when you add mobile to your current internet plan. Because loyalty isn't a one-way street. At Flow, loyalty flows both ways.
It is said
the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visual, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
The new National Party NNP New York Support Group presents the best of the best. You have waited long enough for this one, and now it's here. Saturday, June 21st, an all-exquisite affair, an enchanting evening of elegance, 9 p.m. at Carib Hall, 1963 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Music by DJs Jude and Small Clothes. Dress formal for what will be an experience of a lifetime. Delightful dining and dancing. Entertainment galore. Share elegance. Tickets $100. Meet and greet the stalwarts of the new National Party. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Party Chairman and former Prime Minister of Grenada, the new NNP political leader, Honorable Emmeline Peer, and Deputy Political Leader, Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox. You just can't afford to miss this. Contact Aisha Olivier, 917-520-3164, Cathy Albert, 347-262-6818. Wendy Maguire, 917-602-1476. PD Francis, 917-642-7187. And Sharon Caesar, 862-234-0879. It's a 2025 annual NNP presentation to the max, just for you.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa Tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting from studios located Main Street, Citeres, inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick. This is your station. This is our station. This is Real FM. Remember I said, well, not remember, we do usually on Tuesday mornings, we do Tuesday with a difference, 20 questions. And I did promise you, ever since last week, I did promise you that I was going to have an artist. And that the artist chosen was Jerry Batiste, Papa Jerry. They call him in the Calypso world. Unfortunately, Jerry's not able to. We couldn't. Something went wrong with the link, and therefore we're not able to bring him up on the YouTube channel so that you'll have a visual of Papa Jerry. And me being here alone, it's kind of a little bit difficult for me to pull up a picture at this time with Papa Jerry. I do apologize, but you're gonna hear his voice. Yeah, his is you'll say that he's the voice of the people. Yeah, people can say that. He is the melody of the movement. Movement meaning calypso, yeah, folks. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. And you may call him the rhythm of the rural heartland. From Cafe in St. Andrews, that's where he's from. Well, so I believe. Straight to the national stage. Yeah, he's been there. Papa Jerry has been setting fire to the calypso tent with his lyrics, and that makes you think, it makes you laugh, it makes you feel proud to be a Grenadian. Today we peel back the curtain and go 20 questions deep with the man behind the mic, the man in front of you on the stage, the man that Grenadians have come to love. Trust me, Grenadians have definitely come to love that guy. And I'm speaking of none other than Jerry Batiste, Papa Jerry. Jerry, good morning.
Morning to you, my brother. Morning to Grenada. Morning to the listeners of Real FM.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for such a wonderful soliloquy introduction, man.
Oh, you like that? I always give you good things, You just doesn't bother with Andre, I don't bother with you. Yeah, the only person who likes you in radio is Andre Donald, but you doesn't bother with Andre Donald. So I mean, I could say that.
I hear you, bro.
So what's up? How you doing, man?
Well, as usual, it's another season. I'm getting everything in place. Once again to come forward with my contribution for 2025, hoping that the people once again would accept me as, the voice that I am, making sure that my lyrics is always entwined with what is happening with my country and the people that's living in it. And, just being Papa Jerry,
right.
A little controversy here and there,
Okay, so that was not your first question. And that was not the first answer you gave me. And I want your answers to be nice and trim and short, because not too long, there are going to be those that you need to go into a bit. But I want the answers to be nice and short and hitting, right? Ready?
I get you.
All right. So are you ready now?
I'm ready.
Okay, Jerry, take us back. When did the journey in Calypso really begin, and what inspired it?
My journey in Calypso began in 2001, and the inspiration behind music for me was always trying to be a voice of the poor people. One time I heard a Calypsonian from Trinidad said that Calypsonians are the voice of the people. We are the poor people's newspaper. And that kind of inspired me. I said, you know what? I did reggae before, and reggae had no real voice in Grenada, so Calypso is what we tend to trend to. So I decided I'm going to use Calypso as an avenue in order to get my voice heard in the cry for liberating the poor, or bringing attention to the plight of the poor.
So what was life like growing up in Cafe in St. Andrew, and how did it shape you and what I will call your musical identity today?
I left Grenada as a boy, 5 years old, and I went to Trinidad. I actually grew up in I went to Hockett Baptist Primary School, Success Laventille Composite Secondary School. And after school, I came back to Grenada in 1991. And I was, 18 years old at that time. And when I came here, my identity was basically, like I said, ragamuffin. I had wanted to be this ragamuffin guy, and I wanted to make it big as a reggae artist. And, you know, being around a Jamo and these guys and them, I realized, Jamo said to me one time, he said, you know what, I know you like the reggae thing, but you don't have no room for that in Grenada. So just sing a calypso, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I took his advice, and the rest is actual history, you know?
Okay, Jerry, so do you remember the very first calypso you wrote, and how would you say the crowd reacted to it?
The first time I actually sang calypso, it was not to a crowd. I did a song for a CD that Ajamo did in 1999 I had a song called The Weapon. And it was the first calypso I ever wrote. And we put it on a CD with myself, Koro, Smallies, Moyaki, you know, we did a compilation. And it just happened that, you know, those days you had to go Barbados in order to press the CDs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that year, the CD was late, so it was not able to be heard in Carnival 99. So I just kind of relaxed. I say, you know what, I'm just going to see what was going to happen for the next year. And then I put it out the next year. I did it under the name The Sergeant. It wasn't Papa Jerry, it was The Sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
And when I put out the song, one of my friends called me and they asked me, what, you're singing soca now? I said, why? He said, because I hear this man singing some song there and he called himself the Sergeant, but that voice sounds just like Papa Jerry boy. So I say, yeah, that, you know. So I say, yeah, that's me, you know, because I try to get a different identity from the ragamuffin thing and change the name Papa Jerry, you know. So he said, boy, that man song just like you. I say, bro, that's me, you know. He said, so why you calling yourself the Sergeant for? He say, but use Papa Jerry. Papa Jerry is Papa Jerry. That voice can't hide. You know what I mean? So from there, I just decided, you know what? I'm going to try this calypso thing. And then in 2001, I actually sat down and wrote 2 songs because I felt I would have been, you know, working with Ajamo, but that's the year he left and went in America to live.
Mm-hmm.
So then I discovered this guy called Nodley Frederick, Rhythm Mix, Fat Tracks. And then I wrote the 2 songs, Fireborn and People Dead. And bro, I can't say anything else. The people know what is the end result.
So do you remember the first song you wrote? Do you remember the name of the song?
The first song I wrote actually in Calypso we're talking about, right?
Yeah, the song that the guy called, when you call yourself the Sergeant. Do you remember that song?
Yes, man. The Weapon.
Give me a verse. Give me a verse,
Yeah.
Jerry. Give me a verse. Give me a verse.
You want a verse in The Weapon?
We have to have a verse in The Weapon.
All right, let me see if my brain goes back. It was like, you come in the party and you feeling nice, talking about Grenada sweet and how you want to rejoice. You make a big mistake. What? Wind up on my wife? Your next dancing partner, yes, my friend, would end up a knife. It's too much a weapon of mass destruction that the massive bringing in inside of this session. Well, stop your behavior, unruly teenager. But still we can blame them cause they learned that from their own father. Cause if you don't care, he don't care, she don't care, I don't care what go happen to my people. That was the first song I ever wrote.
But have you ever thought of probably doing over that one, Jerry?
I was told that by many fans. Many fans who knows my upbringing and my beginning in Calypso. They say, you know, that's a song that could be relevant for the times now. You know, you should bring back, because a lot of the times what you find happening, sometimes you sing songs and it's ahead of its time.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't get that recognition the time you sing it. So my thing is, bro, I am open to any type of suggestion when it comes to promoting my music and Grenada music on a whole.
What would you say your biggest influences in the calypso world. Who or what? And both locally and internationally. So let's deal with the who.
Locally, it's gonna be a Jamo. It's gonna be a Jamo because when I came here, my brother Godfrey, he and Ajamo, it was like brothers, you know, and he was the back vocalist for Ajamo with most of Ajamo songs. And I used to be around them and I used to look at Ajamo's, you know, love for the music and the way this man took this thing, like, hey, this is my life, this is my livelihood. And I always admire the way he was serious about music, you know. So locally, I would say Ajamo, you know, is my greatest inspiration in terms of his ability. Whether you like him or you don't like him, this man is very good at what he does, you know. So he was my key local inspiration. Of course, there is a few other honorable mentions that I can make, you know, like the Black Wizard. Japs was a guy that was very influential too in me liking soca. You know, Inspector, of course, Inspector was like one of the most unique guy I ever heard sing, you know, and, you know, so those are a few honorable mentions. But for, like, say, Trinidad, when I listened to Calypso in Trinidad, my favorite artist at one time was Gypsy, right? And because he had this type of melody, the way he sang. But for hard-hitting commentaries and stuff like that, Crow was my artist.
Okay. Now, Calypso is storytelling. What story do you think that your music has been telling over the years?
I am a liberator. My stories has always been entwined with liberating people out of the current condition that they live, especially the poor class of people. I don't sing for the rich. I sing for the poor. I sing to give people inspiration. I sing to make people feel that, hey, the truth shall set you free. And even though sometimes when you speak the truth, it may be detrimental to your health at times, but you know what? Sometimes even when you don't like it, you have to be a truthful person. So I always try to make my music be that of reality. That even if I'm singing, even if I base the topic around myself, someone else can listen to it and relate to it and say, you know what? I went through that experience too. Because I sing from the ground up.
You have graced many stages, Jerry. Which performance stands out for you and today you just, for whatever reason, you just cannot forget that performance? And tell us why.
Truthfully, I had so many performances, so many different places. The thing about me is when I go to perform, every performance to me is my favorite performance. Whether I'm singing for 10 people in an audience or I'm singing for 5,000 people in an audience, whenever I grace the stage, brother, I feel privileged. You know, the excitement that I feel is just like the day when I just started, when I took the stage for the first time. There is an excitement that gets over you when you go to perform, you know, and my job is, like I say, I always go to please the people. I'm not a person that go, as people say, to mash up the place. I always go to build back. When I go, I love to see when the people stands at attention and all eyes is on stage and all ears is peeled, listening to what I have to deliver. You know? So every performance that I do, bro, there is no particular performance that I can say to you, this was it or that was it. I feel so much joy with performing that every performance, brother, is my favorite performance, honestly.
You've been able to experience Calypso in Trinidad, and of course, you're part of Calypso in Grenada. People have been known to say that Grenada's calypso is distinctly different from other countries, other islands, of course. What do you think makes ours, meaning our calypso music, what makes it different? What makes it stand apart from the rest of the Caribbean?
I don't think calypso, whether it's Grenada, St. Vincent, Antigua, Trinidad, wherever calypso is sung, I don't think it's different. I think calypso is calypso. The music, the storytelling is all basically the same. Sometimes what you find happening is that a man is going to speak about what is happening in his country, or he is going to speak about some type of social issue that is taking place, which is most time in his country. And that applies to mostly every Caribbean island or country in the world. You know what I mean? For example, if a man decides to sing about child abuse, that is universal. You know, so storytelling to me is what makes calypso outstanding, that it addresses issues that people would pay closer attention to if normally you would just pass things by. You know, so I don't think Grenada calypso is so different from any other. We are all the islands, we're Caribbean people, and we basically have similar cultures.
Have you ever been censored or pressured to tone down your lyrics? And if that has happened, how did you handle it?
Yeah, I did song like when I did Corrupted Police, What You Touch Me For.
Mm-hmm.
That song was originally banned from radio stations, right? I had an interview with the commissioner of police back then, and yeah, he actually sent for me to find out, you know, what this song is about. What me, you don't like police or what, you know. But eventually, what really happened was that the people realized, but not this man not saying anything that is not really the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the eventuality is what? They just free up the song, you know what I mean? And the song continued to play. Now, the banning of songs and things like that, you know, is all about perception and people's reality. Like, for example, you own a radio station and you can determine whatever you think you want play on your radio station. So sometimes I am mindful. There are a lot of things, a lot of topics I would like to touch in music, but I know that if I do it, that it's not going to be accepted by certain people that is influential in the dissemination of music. So, you know, I try to choose my topics well, you know, but yes, I have been censored a lot over the years. Even behind the scenes, people would tell me, boy, no, those things that, them people ain't go like that and all this type of things. But at the end of the day, brother, you have to be who you are and do what you need to do.
I just like you to do one thing here, Jerry, for Real FM, because you lumped us with all radio stations banning your song. Take us out of that. We never did ban that song, and you know that for a fact. So take us out of that. I give you the opportunity to take Real FM out of that.
Well, the truth is, Andre, Real FM and Papa Jerry career has almost started around the same time, you know. So if you say that you're exempt from it, I have no objections.
Right. Okay. Not if I said that. I've said it, and you know that we never ban a song. If I don't want to play a song, you know, I call you and say, "Hey, I don't play that Chopinist," you know that, and I've never had to do that over the years.
Love and respect, man. Well, I really don't think I don't sing Chopinist, so you have no reason to call me.
Okay, what role do you think the Calypsonians play in shaping public opinion and keeping leaders, say, accountable? What role does the artist play with that?
My brother, on this earth, the artist is one of the most powerful voices there is. Because you see, when you sing certain things, it is documented and it lives even longer than you, the person that sings it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people, you know, who does calypso, They are afraid to tackle issues that they think is going to be detrimental to the fan base.
Okay.
Because in our country, politics runs deep. And according to what you sing and the way you sing it, because like I say, entertaining is one, I can go on a platform, for example, like a political platform, and I can sing just the songs that I've already sung in my career and, nice it up and entertain. But that doesn't move the scale. But if I go and I write a song that is going to be influential in telling the people this is why you should vote for who, or this is why you should do this, or this is why you should do that. Now, as long as what you're saying is factual and the people can gravitate towards it, my brother, you are a very influential person. And the heads of the country, they know these things. So hence the reason why sometimes when certain artists is seen on certain platforms, they are treated differently in terms of fairness by activists that is in charge of the dissemination of our calypso purse.
All right, but Jerry, is there a song that you believe hit harder than you expected and made people talk a lot or even made some people cry?
My brother, the experiences people may have from my music, I may never know. There would be people that express love for the music because of who the person is. Sometimes you have a personal relationship to someone, so you have a bias, anything he sing, he write kind of thing. But there are people who is out there that the music actually really touches their life. I met one guy in England, and I went to do a dub plate for a guy, well, a soca plate. And I saw this guy, this young Rasta guy, he's no more than 26. And, he's there sitting. And when I went and started to do this soca plate for the DJ, he said, "That's Papa Jerry?" The man said, "Yeah, that's Jerry." He said, "I thought that man was a Rasta. That man that make me become a Rasta, And I felt, I felt embarrassed in a way because back then I was not a Rasta. So I said to myself, I said, no, like this music carry a different influence than even I might think. Sometimes I'm doing this just because I love it, and that's why I'm so careful in the type of lyrics that I put out. I never want to be misleading. I never want people to think that I'm this person who is just careless in my thoughts, and I always try my brother to be someone that is positive and say the things as it is. So how the people might perceive me, sorry, I realized you was coming.
No, go
but
ahead.
How the people might perceive my music, I really cannot say. They have to tell me. You know what I mean? And I've been told many stories, too much for this program.
All right, how does Jerry prepare mentally and emotionally for a practice in the tent or for an appearance on a stage?
Well, it's funny you say that because every year when it's time for this tent business to come around, it's always a rush. It's always, there isn't enough time to do anything. For the past 3 years, I have been getting one practice session before competition. One practice session. And for me, music is 1, 2, 3. I am not one of those artists that struggles with music, trying to remember songs and all these things. I am someone who is prepared. As soon as while Carnival is happening, my brother, like now we're in the season, I am already preparing writing for next season because I never want to be late. You know what I'm saying? I always try my best to be ready, that whenever I put out a performance, that it's perfect. So I am always ready. There isn't anything with me where I'm struggling to try to remember this or that. The only struggle we have in music in Grenada when it comes to calypso is the fact that we does not get subvention the time that I think we should get it, so we can have an early start to the calypso tents. Because the authority knows basically that we're dependent on them to get the season started. So calypso is already behind. So if you start carnival, if you launch carnival that early, you should have the checks ready so that the calypso can start. So we can have at least 2-3 shows before we even think about judging.
But Jerry,
for me,
Jerry, I tell you this, I tell you this straight up. I honestly believe that even before you launch carnival, the tents that are going to be going along for the year, they should be given that subvention. So immediately as you launch carnival, there should be about 2 or 3 shows within a week of carnival being launched, so that folks know. Maybe that might ease up the jab.
I endorse this message.
Here is something coming from somebody who is a friend of yours. I'll read it for you and then I'll tell you who sent it. Tell me what you touch me for. You, this police officer, like you're looking for a war with the civilian. Who do you think would send me a message like that? It's a lady.
I have no idea.
It's a lady.
I have no idea.
It's a lady you have interacted with, and her name is Jerry Batiste.
Because my wonderful cousin.
All right. So you see, your cousin listening, so be careful what you're saying, eh? Because your cousin is listening to you this morning at this particular point in time. What do you what's your take on calypso being received by what the younger generation in Grenada presently?
That's what you call a generation gap. What happening with calypso now is that we always talk about calypso dying, and then you hear someone say, "Nah, man, calypso alive, calypso." But the truth is that when you have the younger people not being interested in calypso, it has to be some type of generation gap. Or I would say that because the time is moving in such a way, technology-wise, and people are creativity is at its peaks now. So the younger people, how we grew up spinning top and playing marble, they ain't grew up like that. So in order to get them interested in calypso, we as the artists, we need to create calypso in a way that it will be attractive to young people. As long as you keep the traditional type of calypso, that is just going to be for a certain market, which is the elder folks. But as long as you're trying to tap into that's why, Andre, I don't know if you realize my music. When I try to do calypso, I can do calypso in a Capleton show, a Buju Banton show. I could do calypso in a soca show and still get reactions out of people because of the style that I try to bring in calypso. I try to make calypso more appealing to the younger generation so that they can see it as something worth, taking an interest in. But as long as we continue with the traditional way of they call it lazy music. As long as that is how we continue to do calypso, it's just going to be for a selected few.
Many artists do collabs. If you were given the opportunity to do a collab with one Grenadian artist, who would that artist be? And why?
That is, I did a couple collabs already, I did a collab with Eddie. With Eggies, sorry.
Eggies, yeah.
Yeah, Jamo and I, did a collab already. Rootsman Kelly and I did a collab, right? But for who I have not done with yet, I would like to do something with somebody like Scholar. Like,
Interesting.
yeah, but a up-tempo calypso, but we hitting everything that need to be hit. You know? Yeah, that is something I wouldn't mind doing. You know what I mean? Because Scholar over the years is a guy that I always kind of respect in terms of his compositions and stuff, you know? So I don't take anything away from. We have a lot of good calypsonians here, but the thing is, we are few and apart. Because for what people might not understand is that we don't have much calypsonians in Grenada, you know, whether you like to believe it or not. A lot of the people that sing calypsos are not writers. You know, a lot of the people that write calypsos are not singers, and a calypsonian is someone who sings and writes his song. So you would find that most time if someone sang last year, if they don't get a writer for next year, they can't sing. So that is why I just feel very hurt when the calypsonians, the true calypsonians, are treated with such disdain in our society or in our cultural art form. We are not respected. And it's like the people who are in in authority and you know, over culture, it's like they're not cultural people. It seems to me that calypso is always on the back burner with everything, and no one seems to recognize that, hey, these people are contributing to our art form. You know, these people are going to be leaving mark for years. We are historians, basically, with our music, and we have no type of real accolades to really show. Walk around being proud to say I'm a calypsonian or my father was a calypsonian.
Jerry,
you know what I mean?
Jerry, what is the creative process like for you as it relates to you writing a song? Does it hit you all of a moment and you sit down and you write it, or is it something that you write today and then you give it a break for a couple of weeks or a couple of days and then you come back to it?
It depends on the topic. It depends on the topic. If a topic, based on what the topic is, sometimes you might need to research. There are things that you would need different opinions on, rather than just painting something in your own picture, you know. So based on the topic, it might take a little while. But I know I wrote songs in like 15 minutes and stuff like that, and they were hits, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to record. I'm not going to lie to the people and make them feel that every song is like that. Because, for example, I did a song, State of Mind, and that song actually, to be completed the way that I felt it should be completed, it took me almost 8 years.
Wow.
You understand? Yeah, State of Mind. And I got the idea, you know, about poor mind, simple mind, ordinary mind, good mind, and great mind, you know. And that song, I wrote a lot of songs after that, and I just couldn't complete that particular song. And in 2015, I was able to. You know, so songs varies. You know, I'm not going to say that, you know, I could just compose. I have like about 3 songs that I never actually wrote on paper, and they came to be very popular songs. Also, I never put pen to paper with those songs. I just composed it, and I went to the studio and I sang it. You know, so it's different.
Now, here's my next question for you. What is your toughest moment? Or what has been your toughest moment in your calypso career? And how did you bounce back from that particular moment?
My toughest moment in my calypso career was during the period 2008 to 2012. That is when I was not picked for any finals during that 4-year stretch. And it was because of political affiliation or perceived political affiliation. I was quote unquote, I don't have to fret to say it, I was victimized during that time just because of refusing to follow a particular direction politically. But my bounce back came because even during that 4 years, that's when I did a lot of traveling because I realized, well, I wasn't getting picked for nothing. So I used to jump the plane and I used to go out and try to see how I could eat our food outside, you know. And after that period, I decided, you know what? Nothing happens easy for the poor brother. You have to fight, you have to struggle. But at the end, the meek shall inherit the earth. No man that God had placed on this earth can deter me from my goal, my vision, my aspirations. I am a family-oriented person. My children means everything to me, and everything I do is for them. I would tell you, like I said in the love for family, I will buy the milk before I buy rum and stout. You know, I put them first, and they are my inspiration. They are the reason why I sing. And that's just it. No one can deter me from my passion. So when I bounced back, it wasn't about bouncing back. It was just about being steady and continue to do what you love doing. And that's what it is. Here I am, 2025, still going strong.
Who tell you going strong?
No, nobody don't have to tell me, because you see, it's not how I look at, it's how I feel.
Apologize. I take back that question, okay?
Yes, man.
Oh, okay. Jerry, here's this. And this is question number 16. It's a question that I believe that you're going to be most passionate about this morning. Do you think that Calypso gets the respect that it deserves from the corporate sponsors and the decision makers?
Definitely not. And I think the reason for that is there has been a campaign against Calypso for a lot of years. There has been a lot of negative connotations that has been spread about Calypso over the years, and Calypsonians this and Calypsonians that, and you know, and because we're not a vibrant art form like the soca, and you know, we are kind of dash in our movements in terms of our performances after Carnival and build up to Carnival and these things. So I want to believe that most times they would not see Calypso as viable for their bottom line. You know? So yes, there is discrimination against Calypso, and I think that Calypso needs more promotion. I think honestly, Spice Mass is not doing what they really need to be doing when it comes to Calypso. You know, if you really have a product, and you realize it is not turning over the type of revenue that you think it has the potential to turn over, why are you not trying new things? Why are you not trying to promote the show more? Why are you not promoting the Mardi Gras more? You know, it's just like we're going through emotions. When that time comes, it happens. What happens. Carnival is over. Who win, whatever, however, and that's it. Calypso has no real production, because most of the times too, the people that we choose to represent Calypso, they are not vibrant people. They are not people that is able to sell Calypso, my brother, right? Because they can only speak or relate to a certain circle. So Calypso, you have to choose the right ambassadors in order to promote Calypso. You know what I mean? So it's a conversation that really needs to be had, not just not just when carnival comes around. It's something, its structures need to be put in place where calypso and calypsonians are respected. You know what I mean? And if anything, that government, I think it starts with government, really and truly. I don't care, the Ministry of Culture. And I'm so saddened that we have a Minister of Culture that was a calypsonian, you know, and I'm not seeing any innovation. I'm not hearing any betterment in the art form. I'm not hearing, you know, that is very surprising to me.
Jerry, outside of the music, when Papa Jerry is not performing on a stage, when Papa Jerry is not writing a song, when Papa Jerry is not thinking about a song to write, what is Papa Jerry doing?
There is no such time in my life when I'm not thinking about writing songs or creating songs. This thing is an everyday thing for me. I don't do anything else but music. I live from music. People ask me how I do it, you know. They say, how you do it? You never win no crown. Them boy doesn't give you no prize. They doesn't, you know what I mean? But how you do it? But you see, my brother, I have a discipline when it comes to music that I think is unmatched. Maybe a man like Jamo, I might put him in that class too, because, you know, that's what he does. That's what he lives. And like I say, that's my inspiration. Mm-hmm. But brother, I do music every single day of my life. I practice my songs. I unless if I have to visit family overseas or something of that sort, then I would, you know, leave for a while and go and handle family business and stuff like that. But even while I'm there, I'm looking for topics. I'm looking for things to do, because Calypso is my life. It is what I do. And I think I am one of the persons with the formula that knows what it means to live from Calypso.
What legacy does Jerry want to leave for the next wave of Calypsonians who would probably come from Cafe, or they may come from somewhere in St. Andrew, or by extension, Grenada? What legacy does Jerry want to live?
I want when people, and what I would do before I answer that question, I would like to urge the people who, because, you know, we have a lot of young people now, and social media is exposed to everyone. I would like to urge the people who don't know Papa Jerry music like that, you know, just go to YouTube and type in Papa Jerry Grenada and have a listen. Have a listen, you know, throughout the years, and hear the stories, hear the things I've sang about, and see what type of artist, you know, this man is. See how you would rate this artist, because I have put in the work, you know. What I would like when I leave music, which I hope I never leave music, but you know, we have to die, as they say, when the flesh passes on. I would like that people would, if they have to emulate me, they should look at the aspect of me that has always been real to the people. That has always been, this man is not a fake. This man speaks his mind, whether who likes it or not, as long as it is the truth, he speaks it. I'm someone who sings because they would know that whenever he sings to try to bring light to certain issues that is affecting society. So I would always like the younger ones to take that road, see me as that person, say that when they decide to write a song, they would try to go in the vein of Papa Jerry, because Papa Jerry is a man that stands for the people. And that is what I want to be known as, the guy that stood for the people in music.
All right, here's question 19 and then question 20. Ready?
I always ready, Andrew.
Okay, so finish this sentence. As long as I have breath, Papa Jerry will always sing about
what is affecting the people.
that rhyming.
You don't have to rhyme.
I
It's
say you don't
reality.
rhyming. Don't rhyme. Make it rhyme. As long as I have breath, Papa Jerry will always sing about
Making sure the people have no regrets.
You try. You try real good, brethren. So here's your final question this morning. If tomorrow you had to sing your final calypso, what would it be about and why?
My final calypso would be a song that is going to be thanking the people for the acceptance of my music over the years. And the reason why I would choose that is because I am very appreciative of the love and support that the people have given me over the years in music. And a lot of people, it's like they feel my pain with me in the music because they know my aspiration is to try to win a national title. And every year they pray, they come out, they support Papa Jerry on his quest. So I would always do something that I think is going to be giving thanks back to the people who had supported me throughout the years, throughout my 24 years of Calypso.
Jerry, this is rather interesting, is that almost every question that I've asked you, the people continues to ring out through the answers that you've given. So therefore, I'm going to give 3 the opportunity, make that 4 the opportunity to ask you one question. Is that okay with you?
If it's okay, man, let it on.
All right, so we have a first caller online. Good morning.
Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Andrew.
Yeah, go ahead. Ask Jerry your question quickly, please.
I'm happy that you made all those comments, but there's one thing I want to ask you concerning the state of Calypso and how the adjudicators and certain people in authority dealt with the artists in terms of the unfairness to artists and the preferential treatment to some of the so-called popular ones. I want you to deal with that for me.
Thank you. Jerry.
Yeah, you're going to have to repeat the question because I'm not hearing.
Oh, you're not hearing. Oh, you didn't hear it. Okay, so fine. He's asking about the unfairness of the adjudicators, and he wants you to speak to that. That's basically what he's asking here.
Okay. You see, we go through that process of judging, and it's called, every man has a subjective thought. So there are people who is going to say, well, judging is subjective. This man was good on the night, or this man was this on the night, or whatever, however. But the truth is, you have a lot of adjudicating that takes place. They judge people personally. They don't judge songs. It's like some people, they carry this political thing into the judging, and that is very sad. I think that as long as these people that are selected to judge, as long as they're not going there with an open mind and going there to actually adhere to the criteria, it's going to always have this type of one-sided feeling, because as long as this man is perceived to be whatever politically, he's not going to be judged fairly. And that is a fact. There is nobody in my 24 years that can debate me otherwise. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I am just going to hope that one day the Almighty God is going to straighten up all unfair games we'll just have to play over. And sometimes we have to put things in the trust of the Most High.
Okay, that was one question. I'm waiting for somebody else who may have a question to call. And the number is 4420175. You will have to call the landline, friends, and not the WhatsApp, because I have Jerry on the WhatsApp there. So you'd have to call the landline and not the WhatsApp. 4420175. The time is what? 8:42. So we've had a pretty interesting conversation with the fireman this morning. Speaking of fireman, Jerry, you stopped singing fire.
I'm disappointed you would even say that, because for someone who is intellectual as yourself, you should know that singing fire is not just a song with a
Jerry,
topic or
you
a line about fire.
singing fire. You got Grenadians accustomed. You give them fire part 1, part 2, part 3. I think you got to 4, and then you disappeared. They want to hear fire.
But didn't you hear when I said I'm not singing fire no more?
Yeah, I heard that, but they expect you to still come back and find a reason to sing fire again?
Yeah, but let's be realistic. I created a sensation. I was the fireman. I was the original fireman. Everywhere I sing, the place burn. I go to Soca Monarch. I go to places where I ignited crowds. I did what I did. They never gave me a title for being the fireman. They gave another fireman the damn crown as a fireman. Do you think that is encouragement to continue singing fire?
Man, sing fire now, man. Sing fire now, man.
Fire is not... No, I'm the fireman. Everywhere I go, people call me fireman. So I'm already the fireman. I already set my pace, man.
There's your cousin saying he is fire. No need to verbalize it. She says that again.
Definitely.
Yeah, she says that
Definitely.
again. Yeah, but no, I really, Jerry, for me, there's a lady. I will give you her first name. I will not give you her last name. But her name is Alice. Her name is Alice. I have never seen or heard of a fan that you have in Grenada like Alice. That is your fan among fans. If Jerry sing blah blah blah, Alice whining low like that is the hottest soca she ever hear. Seriously.
Good morning, Miss Alice.
Yeah,
and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Your calypsos, she just loves. You know, there are 2 artists she loves in the world, yeah? And I'm not putting you together with this guy, but I'm just going to tell you. One is the Kelly guy, the R. Kelly guy. She loves R. Kelly. But locally, she dies for Papa Jerry. She just dies for Papa Jerry. So I want you to tell her good morning. Tell Alice good morning.
Miss Alice, I thank you for your continuous support. People like you is who keep me going. You know what I mean? I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you and your family enjoy nothing but prosperity. And thank you for being a fan of Fireman Papa Jerry. Enough love, enough respect to you.
She's a fan of yours, and I'm not a fan of yours. Could you believe that? I'm not. I'm definitely
not.
What?
Well, I still prefer when the ladies are fans of me. You know, I'm not too into man being fan of me.
Oh God! What's wrong with this guy? Guy, here's another call. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr.
Yeah, ask your question.
Papa Joe.
Yeah, he's not going to hear you straight off, Cliff. So you have to ask the question, and then I'll ask him, and then you listen. Yeah.
I will want to know why we do not see a more unified. What is Calypso Association?
Okay.
And a one Calypso Association where whether they were NMP, NDC, whether you are in that tent or whatnot, that you could be unified, that you could be working as one.
Working as one. Okay, Cliff, thanks.
Thank you.
Good. Question from Clifford to you. Why is it that we don't have one Calypso Association?
Hey, Brother Cliff. Good morning. Good morning. One of the stalwarts of talk radio, man.
Yeah, man. You have to give him that.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Brother Cliff, I don't think it has anything to do with one association. That's another narrative that has been put out there. That is why the Calypso can reach you nowhere, blah, blah, blah. But it's not true. There are 2 Calypso associations for a reason. And then there is a history of why there are two calypso associations. Right. That being said, if don't you think that the two calypso association that they can unite as one if they have to speak matters of calypso interest? I think that is something very easy that can be done any day, anytime, anyhow. So that is not even really and truly a conversation in terms of why the art form is not going anywhere with calypso.
Okay, Jerry, let me ask you my question in all of this now. Is there a topic that you always wanted to tackle, but you haven't done that as yet? And why haven't you done it?
I try to do thing. No, you remember when I did, and I have to come back to you on this. You remember when I did that song, I Am the Great Cantara?
Mm-hmm.
I will bring back some memory for you here now. Now, what that song really entails, there was a time in Trinidad I saw the Midnight Robber. There is a mass called the Midnight Robber. And whenever two robbers meet, they exchange a lot of picong. Is who could out lyrics the other in verbal abuse.
Yeah.
And the Great Cantara means it's like a godlike figure. It's just Cantara in a different language, right? But it means something like a godlike figure. So when I did the song, I am the great Cantara, I was forced to fight with Lucifer. If they bad, they go feel me power. Cause I've got the flaming sword. What it does make fellas vomit. The Titanic is I man who sink it. The World Trade Center tell them I bomb it. Oh yes, I run the world. You understand? That was the concept behind the song, that I am a godlike figure and I am second in command only to the Almighty God.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But people couldn't really see the vision of those songs. You know what I mean? So sometimes when you choose, I try not to do topics that flies over people's head. I try to stay grounded and I try to, sing things that is relevant to our livity and our livelihood where we live.
Jerry, have you ever thought of doing Papa Jerry Unplugged? Like you sit with a guitar and you just do songs like Great Cantara, you do songs like Mo Fire, you do all the, you just sit and you just do these songs at a place where fans can pay a price to come in and hear Jerry Unplugged?
When I started the music, I never had a manager in my entire career, I never had any second person that says, I think we should do this. I think we should do that. I think it has always been Papa Jerry and Papa Jerry alone, One man against the world. It has always been for years and years to come.
But you have a manager. You have a manager right there in Jerry Batiste.
I appreciate that. I must say I appreciate that if that can be a reality.
It will be.
The reality of the reality of my career is I have never had someone to actually manage me. So everything I did on my own. I fight my struggles on my own, and I'm still there.
I've just appointed Brenda Batiste as your manager, and she's going to say yes. Just hang on a second, then she's going to type yes right there. You just wait and see. She's going to type yes. It's time that you get a manager. And the first thing to do is to have Papa Jerry Unplugged. You may have a couple of the friends that you like along with you, but is Papa Jerry on? You play the guitar, don't you?
I don't.
You don't?
Actually I played the flute as a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I played the flute. right? Because we actually learned to play music in school, but
Yeah.
it has never been something that I liked. I always liked composing and singing. I would listen to any type of rhythm, whether it's R&B, whether it's rock, whether it's what, and I can compose something to it. That has always been my gift. I love to hear people play music, and I love to sing along with them. So I never try to go beyond what I think my abilities are.
But we'll get a good guitar player, or maybe a good keyboardist, and put you and a keyboardist on a stage, and you name the song, and the keyboardist starts to play, and you chime along. Jerry, could you imagine you sitting there and singing? Tell us, Jerry, how would you sing More Fire? How would it sound you singing that, sitting and not being able to move at all on stage? You just sitting there singing More Fire. Let's see how that would sound.
I can articulate all my songs as long as I know. You see, there are so many songs that people have not heard from Papa Jerry. You know, and I can do. And I want to say this, and yes, it's a boast. It's a boast. I can do 10 shows where I have to sing 10 songs in every show, and I can sing 10 different songs in every show of those 10. That is to show my catalog, and my catalog goes way beyond 100 songs. So any opportunity I get to perform live, it's a love for me. I love that. Anybody who think that that's a good venture, just link me, man. We can get it done. I'm always ready lyrically. So just call the shot, man, and I go lick it, as the Jamaican said.
All right, so I'm gonna call this shot, and this is gonna be the final shot I called this morning on you, Jerry. Oh boy, there's somebody, and you have to give them that opportunity. Hold on, let's see who it is. Good morning, quickly, please.
Hi.
Yes.
I wouldn't be long. I'm just saying I really enjoyed the show, although I was listening at first on radio, and then the radio had seemed to have a problem because it just kept repeating the first calypso that Jerry sang that he was singing. It was so I had to turn to YouTube. Now I just wanted to say I always appreciate Papa Jerry. Does a good job, and a jammer and himself are my favorite. Well, a jammer used to be always was my favorite, but now both of them are my favorites. But what I wanted to endorse is the suggestion you made about that Papa Jerry Unplugged, with him just playing all the whole tunes by guitar. If a nice video could be made of that, YouTube or whatever, I'd be willing to purchase one. But these days, I don't know how, and I don't know where you go to purchase the kind of local music. But anyway, I'm not going to be long. I just wanted to say thanks a lot, Andre. Good program, and Jerry, nice to hear you, nice to see you. I know you don't know me, but if you speak to a Jamo, Andre will tell you who I am if he recognizes my voice, because I haven't been well for a while. My voice might sound a little different.
No, I recognize the voice. I'll tell Jerry that privately.
I mean, kind of rushing because I know it's your last call and you're out of time. So
yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, okay then. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Jerry, that was a caller there just, as they say, bigging you up. Really and truly appreciating what you've done over the years, yourself and Ajamo being his two favorite local artists. And he would really like to purchase a CD of Jerry Unplugged. See?
well, it's going to have to be a flash drive because, CD is not running. I don't know if it's...
but I guess something, Jerry. And I believe that we can work towards this. I believe that I can get in contact with Brenda. She's gone off to work. But I believe I can get in contact with Brenda. We can knock heads, sit with you, and really and truly do a Papa Jerry Unplugged and record it. And then clean it up after we recorded it. Clean it up. And, hey, find some way for you to make some monies out of that. I really want to do this.
Well, money is the way I see things. Bro, money will eventually come. You know what I mean? I understand everybody looks for it, but my thing is about doing something that you love, that you can express yourself in your full glory and the world can see you expressing yourself. And at the end of the day, money will happen. Listen, if it was just about the money for me, my brother, I would have been living in America, Canada, or England. I'm telling you, I would have been fighting some kind of struggle out there, trying to do the equivalent of the dollar, and I would not have been in Grenada with my children fighting my struggle here. So money, yes, I understand. We all talk about money and we need money and we this and we that. But brother, money is not my focus. I am of this world. I am in this world, but I'm not of this world. You know what I mean? But if we can do this, brother, I would love it because I love to perform. And any way I can get the opportunity to show the younger generation what it is to perform, I'm always there with that.
Jerry, we're going to work on that Papa Jerry Unplugged because it seemed to be picking up here on the YouTube and folks are saying, hey, that's a great idea, Papa Jerry Unplugged. We'll work on that. But before you go, finally, Jerry, give us one verse in what you have for us this year so we can come out to your show when your opening night takes place. Give us one verse.
Well, this year I did a social commentary on gambling because I realized that gambling has become a sensation in our country. It has become even an epidemic to a point. So I did a song called Know Your Limit. So this is how it goes. Well, I used to play wappy. If you don't know, that means playing cards. I am a ghetto hustler, so I was looking for reward. But listen my story keenly. Let me tell all you why I stopped. Too much time your pocket does empty before you hit that jackpot. Now gambling is a sequence. It does nice in the beginning. The greatest encouragement is the first time you win. But I bet if you keep on playing, you go end up in jeopardy. If you only lose control, you might bet out your salary. So when the country tell you to gamble, no problem because it's legal. You got to know your limit. Play within it. The little money you have, don't go and lose it and then you ball. Know your limit. Play within it. Because the life we live in is not no luck and chance. We got to take some time to secure our finance. We cannot tell young people that gambling is the way. They cannot spend their whole life depending on the playway. No, they got to know the limit. Play with cash for picture Super 6. You got to know your limit. That's Papa Jerry for you, man.
That's Papa Jerry. You know you're not getting no money from Lotto this year. Woo! You know you ain't getting nothing from Lotto this year. You better know your limit.
Well, the truth is, I am not one of the commercial people. They don't see me as someone worth investing in.
Yeah.
So every time I do my thing, bro, I do my thing with the grace of the Almighty God, and that's it, brother. When I come strong with an energy that is unsurpassed by any. It doesn't matter what results and what decision is, I am very confident in myself. I'm confident in the things I say and do. And hey, when you point at me, 4 fingers, 3 fingers pointing back at you, I think they say, so yeah. I'm not deterred by anything of that sort, but I'm ready. 2025, all my fans, support as usual. Thank you very much in advance. And we're coming to get them, whatever it is.
Jerry, thank you so very much for giving of your time this morning. By just listening to the people that have called in and looking at the comments that have been raised on the YouTube platform this morning. And I'm so overwhelmed, and I really and truly thank you for being a part, although you forgot to tell the other artists because you wanted the whole morning for yourself. So you conveniently forgot to tell the other artists. I don't know who that artist was supposed to be. I will tell him if I knew. But again, Jerry, thank you so much, man. It was a joy, as always, talking to the fireman.
You're most welcome, my brother. Like I always say, one of the best voices on radio, man.
Oh yeah, you trying to bribe me or something? Ain't no bribe. I ain't taking no bribe.
No, I don't find you doesn't pay, man. So what bribe you?
Jerry Batiste, hey, thank you very much, my brother. Take care of yourself and do enjoy the rest of the day and the rest of your life. Give my love to your children and to everybody who's close to you. Let them know that not just Andre, but Real FM loves Jerry and his family.
Same to you, man, and all the loyal listeners of Real FM, man. Keep that dial locked and don't move. 91.9.
You're the real boss. Lock. Take care, man. One love.
Enough respect, man.
All right. So there you had it. Jerry Batiste. Papa Jerry, yeah, this morning. 3 minutes after 9 o'clock. Hey, news, that's next. Goodbye. God bless you. Take care.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Welcome to the latest update of news as produced by